What's up, nail geeks? I am back with some new pretties from What's Up Nails, including their new What's Up Beauty, which includes makeup brushes. We've got some polishes and a beautiful eyeshadow palette. So I've got swatches of all of the above. This is such a beautiful release where the polish and the makeup palette goes together really well. So first we're going to start off with the Desert Monsoon collection. These are a 12 free formula and they are made in the United States. They have a wonderful metallic feeling lid to them. They're very sturdy. They also have a paddle brush, as you guys will see here. So the first one to show you guys is Downpour. This is described as a blue foil with duochrome shimmer. I do agree with that. This has a touch of a duochrome finish to it. In my opinion, it's on the more subtle side, but in shaded lighting, you'll see a touch of a purple shift to this. This has a strong, deep sort of glowy look to it, and it has a wonderful formula. I think 2 coats is going to be perfect for most. This has, again, this strong foil-like finish to it. That paddle brush is not too big and not too small. This is one of my favorite sizes of paddle brushes. Even though I have wide load nails, I do prefer this medium sort of width to my brush. Overall, I was very impressed with the brush and the way the packaging is for the bottles. They are also in boxes when you order them. Now this one dries down flat, so you are seeing a glossy top coat on my full hand shot. And next is Succulent. This is a purple Crelly with duochrome flakies. So this has more of a true Crelly sort of formula. It's got a touch of a squish factor to it. It does start off what looks to be a touch on the softer side on this first coat, but it easily builds up. So for opacity, I'm going to suggest between 2 and 3 coats. You can see on the second coat here how wonderful it plumped up. Across the board, I think 2 coats is going to be perfect for most. Of course, if you're rocking longer nails, you might need a 3rd coat, but this plumped up very creamy and Crelly-like on that second coat for me. And again, it does dry down flat, so you're seeing a glossy top coat. And next is Tempest. This is described as a mauve cream. So creams are usually what I consider my most judgy sort of thing in terms of me deciding if a brand is able to really have a wonderful formula. And as you can see on this first coat here, 10 out of 10, very impressed. It has a very smooth, buttery, strongly self-leveling formula, and it dries down glossy. So I think any top coat is perfectly fine for it. Regardless, I always will strongly suggest a top coat, as I think it helps to prevent any chipping or whatnot. I digress. It dries down glossy, so any top coat's going to be perfectly fine with it. This is a beautiful, neutral, true mauve in my opinion. It's got a touch of a rosy appearance to the undertone and very, very flattering, self-leveling, and plumping. And next is Desert Rose. This is a light pink Crelly with gold flakes. Between this one and Tempest, I'd have to say these two are probably my top picks in the set. They're both very flattering, very pretty, and Desert Rose does have a Crelly sort of formula, but in my opinion, it leans just a touch more on the creamy side. It is very satisfying. Again, I'm in love with the paddle brush on this. It just helped the formula stay exactly where I'm putting it. Easy control, and again, not too wide and not too skinny. So for Desert Rose, I'm going to suggest between 2 and 3 coats. On myself, I thought the second coat was perfect. As you can see, I had excellent coverage, though if you polish on the thinner side or have somewhat longer nails, you might need a 3rd coat, and this one also dries down semi-flat, so I suggest a glossy top coat. And next is Sun. This is a gold foil with duochrome shimmer. So another really interesting sort of foil in my opinion. This one is very vibrant and it applies very similar to Downpour, which was that first foil that I showed you guys. So in indoor lighting, this is going to have what I consider more of a goldenrod sort of true gold appearance. And at angles, this has this lovely sort of brownish type of copperish appearance. And I want to say, I'm thinking just from what I'm seeing, it looks like the base of it is tinted a bit. So really nice overall gold sort of cast. Again, true foil, so lots of that very strong, shimmery, reflective sort of appearance. This one also dries down flat, which in my opinion is indicative of foils. Again, you're seeing a glossy top coat on my full hand shot here. And lastly, for the polishes is Joshua Tree. This is described as a light brown cream. So again, the formula for this cream versus Tempest, the other cream, again, beautiful, beautiful formula, very satisfying, and it is just plumping and self-leveling and absolutely wonderful. I'm going to suggest between 1 and 2 coats, depending on your free edge length for this one and for Tempest. So those of you who have been following me for a while, you know, even if I classify a cream as being a 1 coater, I'm still going to wear it at 2 very light coats, and that's just because I prefer a strong, thicker like appearance on my nails, especially for creams. Now this one also dries down somewhat gloss, so I think any top coat is going to be perfectly fine with it. Now next, I'm showing you guys the makeup brushes. These are very, very wonderful, and you can see from the packaging here, they have this nice matte and glossy sort of look to them. I'm going to go through these on the quicker side. That way you guys can get a better idea of what the brushes look like, but I wanted to spend a moment on what the packaging on the inside looks like too. This is really cool. I thought this was fantastic. It's been a while since I've had brushes that came in this type of packaging, so it has this nice luxurious feel to it. The inside, as you can see here, is this foamy sort of feel. You can just kind of open it up the way I did here. And the makeup brushes themselves, these are made in Japan, and they are goat hair brushes. They're very soft, and if you're familiar with goat hair like brushes, they have the hair to them has a more matte sort of feel. In my opinion, that matte type feel is really good for blending. So in the rest of the set, we've got an eyeshadow brush, we've got a crease blending eyeshadow brush, a blending eyeshadow brush, a fluffy blending eyeshadow brush, tapered blending brush, and a flat shader eyeshadow brush. So overall, again, I'm very impressed with these. I think they're wonderful. Now the brushes themselves, the actual handles, more of a sturdy sort of plastic gloss-like feel on the handle portion. Again, these are lightweight, but they do feel quite sturdy in my opinion. So overall, I think these do have longevity to them, especially if you are a makeup person like myself, where you take care of your brushes and whatnot. I could see these lasting for quite some time. And next is the eyeshadow palette. This, I'm serious, even though this is a PR video, I pride myself on being completely honest with you guys, and I am in love with this palette. I have had these products for about a month now, and I really wanted to sink my claws into the eyeshadow palette to get a really good sense of how I 100% feel about it. And I can safely say this palette is wonderful. I have done some really popping looks with it, and I've also done some very neutral looks, and I've gotten a ton of compliments. So overall, it has a strong sort of cardboard-like feel, and I know that sounds really bad, but it's got a really sturdy sort of feel on the packaging itself, and I just think that front picture is very cute. And I also appreciate that on the inside it has a mirror. So actually in a few weeks I'm going to be going to the Polish and Beauty Expo, and this is a palette that I will absolutely have in my bag. So here I'm showing you guys on my arm quick swatches of how much payoff you'll get. And again, I'm very, very impressed. So the first one here is Thunder, and this one's a really dark brown. It's very, very deep and rich, and this is one of my favorite types of colors for my crease. And this next one here is Joshua Tree. So both of these are what I would consider very matte-like, and they're very smooth. And again, both of these are one of my favorites. I personally like Joshua Tree to also put in my crease and then blend out with, say, Thunder, that darker one, to create a more smoky type of look. Now, the next one here is Downpour. This is stunning. This is what I would consider a duochrome-like shade. You can see there it's got this purple to blue sort of shift. Very pretty, and it is just so deliciously foily and wonderful. I could see this one being fantastic on your lids. Now, for application of Downpour on my lids, I would suggest doing a finger patting method over an eyeshadow primer, as this one does have those flakes, but they adhere very well to your skin. Now, the next one here is Tempest. This is another very pretty one. Obviously, it matches up with the nail polish partner to it, and it's got this nice pinky sort of mauve appearance. This is another one that I've worn that I have blended from my crease. It's beautiful. And next here we have the other pairing to the nail polish. This one is Succulent, and it's got this beautiful foil duochrome like finish to it. In person, this is also going to have this nice shift between a pink and purple like appearance. Very pretty. This is another color that I would suggest using your finger to pat onto your lids. And next here we have Cactus. This one is a gorgeous, almost in my opinion, olive sort of green. It's a touch deeper in the pan, but when you apply it onto your lid or your skin, like what you're seeing here, there is definitely a warm sort of almost glowy like pearly effect with it. And next here is another one of my favorites. This is so gorgeous in person. This is Desert Rose, and this is what I would consider a straight up shimmer beauty. It's gorgeous as a highlighter. I've used it on my cheekbones, and it's really nice underneath your brows as well. It's very, very pretty. It's got this peachy golden sort of appearance. And the next one here is Sun. So this also very much matches up with its nail polish, and it's beautiful. So it's got that bronzy sort of undertone to it, but it also has this strong flaky sort of goldish appearance. In extreme angles, I am seeing a touch of green on this one too. Now, continuing to move up, this next one is Canyon. This is another one that between Canyon, Thunder, and Joshua Tree, which is why I put them together here on the upper part of my arm, is so that you can see, like, this makes a fantastic neutral sort of look. And obviously not going in with my finger on the swatches, you can see how it would definitely be just a touch lighter because they're very, very pigmented. And the next one here is Humidity. This is another purplish sort of shade. It's a touch more on the pinkier side than, say, Succulent, the purple one over there, and still absolutely beautiful. This is another one that I would suggest going in and applying onto your lids with your finger over a primer of some type. But again, you can see I'm not wearing a primer on my arm, and you can see just how much these are sticking to me. And next we have Dust Storm. This one had just a touch more of a chalky-like feel to it, but when I have used it to blend out my crease colors around my eyebrows, between my crease, it's less chalky, but still has just a touch of fallout, though honestly, I don't think it's as problematic as some shades like this I've used in the past. And finally, here we have Glow. This is another one that I think is going to be beautiful as a highlighter. It's so pigmented. It's what I would consider more of the gold and champagne version of Desert Rose. This is stunning. I absolutely love this one and Desert Rose. They're so gorgeous. And you can see here, they are just absolutely wonderful. I think this is a fantastic mix between matte and shimmery and foily-like finishes. What's Up Beauty products are currently launched in their shop. I will directly link you guys below to them if you want to check them out. And I will also break down all the information below. I personally think they're fantastic, and I would love to see more nail polish and eyeshadow palette matchy match things. I think that is so stinking cute, especially as my overall opinion for all of the What's Up Beauty products. I love them. Hands down, I think they are fantastic, and I've absolutely enjoyed working with them. And if you're going to Polish Beauty and Expo, you will absolutely see me wearing the eyeshadows from this palette. So, as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.